2011 meeting of East Penn School District Board of School Directors is hereby called to order. Please rise and join me in saluting the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I have two requests to address the board this evening. Mr. John Donchez of Emmaus speaking about webcasting.
Hello everyone, and thanks for the time to address you. This is for the board and the administration. I have, throughout the school year during the board meetings, I've asked if East Penn School District was going to broadcast their public school board meetings over their website. This has been met with reluctance because of the cost matters. The dollar amount always mentioned is $8,000. And I'm not sure where that basis for this cost came from, but I was wondering, was there a study done by the school district directly related to this? And if there is, if I could see it, just to see how that was brought about. Anyway, I think this is an important service the East Penn School District should provide the East Penn School District taxpayer so that they could see the meetings as they happen and at their pleasure or opportunity best suited to them. And for this purpose, Dr. Seidenberger, I'm trying to see if it's possible that we can work together to provide this service to the public at the best cost for all. A few months ago, I presented a DVD of one of the school board meetings that I recorded to Mr. Mohn, Director of Technology. I asked if he could tell me if the format of that DVD would work with East Penn School District's website. I said that I have no problems providing the disc to the East Penn School District gratis so that you could put it up on your site and have people see this. I haven't gotten a response to my question. I hope that we will work together to see that this public service comes to fruition soon. I'd be willing to meet with Mr. Mohn at his earliest availability before the next East Penn School District Board meeting to go over the necessary parameters to accomplish this. Thanks for your time in addressing this important public service.
Thank you, Mr. Donchez. The second request to address the board is Mr. Travis Flexer speaking about the lack of service from daycare providers to Alberta Elementary.
Thank you for your time this evening. Apologize, this is not my forte, but my son is about to start grade school at Alberta Elementary, and my wife and I, like other families in the district, do need pre and post care service with daycare for my son. And it's come to my attention he does not have any opportunities for busing between his daycare provider and Alberta Elementary. Apparently this is the only elementary school within the district that is not providing any transportation, district-sponsored transportation between the school and a daycare provider. So I just asked the board to review their policy. I'm just looking for fairness, and I know that every other elementary school receives this service, and I'm just looking for a resolution to a problem that not only my wife and I face, but other students at Alberta Elementary. Thank you for the review.
Thank you, Mr. Flexen. No other requests to address the board that I know of. We will proceed on to approval of minutes. Can I have a motion, please? Second. Is there any discussion of the minutes? None appearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed to approving the minutes? The motion carries. We'll now go on to the report of the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Thomas Seidenberger.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard, and we have a lot to report tonight. We'll try to be as succinct as possible, but there's a lot of good news that we want to share with you. First of all, I want to review some basic good news regarding the class of 2011 from Emmaus High School. Our students received $68,375 in local scholarship money. In addition, it's our estimate that some of our graduates received over $5 million this year in academic scholarships, and another group of student athletes received $600,000 in athletic scholarships. So I think our students performed quite well from Emmaus High School. In addition, we did receive our high school AP scores recently, and just to review with you, we offer 22 AP courses at Emmaus High School. That's a lot. That's a very competitive number when you compare us to other high schools in the region. Students taking those classes, there were 421 separate exams taken. Of those 421 exams, 96 scored at least a 3. 140 scored at least a 4, and there were 144 exams that scored a perfect 5. So again, I think our high school students distinguished themselves, and I certainly want to commend the students and their teachers for an outstanding performance in AP scores. And again, at some point when Mrs. Diodmo does her high school presentation, maybe we can highlight the AP courses again, because it's a nice list. Now, things are going on, as you know, in Washington, throughout the country, and in Harrisburg that are going to affect what we're doing here. So I've asked Mrs. Diodmo, Mrs. Nowak, and they have some other teacher guests with us tonight, to give you an overview of what we think is going to be the number one outside influence on what we're going to be doing in math instruction. And so I'm going to ask Dr. Diodmo and Mrs. Nowak to give the board a briefing regarding the new Common Core math standards. And we have 2 teacher guests with us who are, we're blessed to have them serve on statewide committees. And they'll be introduced later on.
Good evening. Mrs. Nowak and our Common Core team are here this evening to give you a brief overview of what the Common Core standards are, and to also share with you a slight sequencing change in math that will occur at the middle level. And as you may know, Pennsylvania is one of 45 states that have now adopted the Common Core standards. Our state formally adopted the Common Core July 2nd of 2010, and then our state Department of Education mandated that all districts statewide implement these Common Core standards by 2013. The Standards Initiative is a state-led initiative that was coordinated by the National Governors Association Center for Best Practices and also the Council of Chief State School Officers. And they were developed in collaboration with teachers and school administrators and experts to provide a clear and consistent framework to prepare our children to be college and career ready. The standards are informed by the highest, most effective models from states across the country and also countries around the world, and they provide teachers and parents with a common understanding of what students are expected to learn regardless of where they live. The standards were designed to be robust and relevant to the real world, reflecting the knowledge and the skills that our young people need for success in colleges and careers, preparing them for the future, and to successfully compete in the global economy. They are built upon the strengths and the lessons of the current state